everybody, and welcome to the Geeky Puppet. Wait, where am I? What is this? Oh, it's I Love Comics. I'm Puppeteen.
And I'm Froggy.
And we're here today for an amazing Spider-Man cover ranking.
Yes! That's right. We're going to be ranking all these wonderful comic books.
Yes.
And showing up all the wonderful pictures of that masked menace,
Spider-Man!
Yes! Yes!
I'm sorry, guys. It doesn't get any quieter for me.
Joining us, who are not credited, is Melissa and Amy Lester.
Hi! Hey, Joe.
And then we have the man who some say might be annoyed, Eric Brain.
Hello! Clint! I'm annoyed!
Hi, Jay.
And joining us as a special guest on here as well is Mr. Trusty Sidekick.
Greetings, true believers.
That's what we're here for.
That's right. Now, Mr. Englentine is not feeling well today, so we decided today is a great day for an invasion. And starting us off, he's given us 14 covers to rank today, including
a fortnight of covers.
Who would have thought that Englentine would leave his walls down? We could just walk across the border.
Who knew? Okay, now we're going to be starting. These are the first issues, so we're going to start straight away. Way back to tell us that beautiful number, that beautiful title.
What? Since I'm in first place, I guess here, well, I was voted to the top of the pot somehow. I'm the first to go off the island. All right, you want to put? Oh, that's right, I can't put in there. I will put the go in there.
For amazing fantasy.
Spider-Man.
Whatever, ethereal dragon.
Hello.
Helps if I can type.
One sec. Who has the Puppeteen volume control? No one.
We don't. Well, we did. It was called noise control, echo control, and it quieted them.
Yep. But I found it. Now you can hear me scream in my pure glory.
There you go.
So when are we ranking the panel regulars? Amazing fantasy.
All righty. For me, I gotta say, I'm really liking this. They got the people in the background. There's a guy shaking his fist. Must be Jameson. There's people all over the buildings. There's a guy in the bottom right corner getting ready to jump. And then you got, I guess, Frankenstein he's carrying casually.
It looks like it.
Oh, it's nice. All right, yeah. Though the world may mock Peter Palmer, the timid teenager, it will soon be marvel at the awesome might of Superman.
That's not right. It's something else, I think.
Well, that's what they called him in the first, not in fact, well, Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yes, there is a printing error in one of the stories.
Yes, but I am going to go with an Amazing Fantasy 10.
Listen, I wish that I could go ahead and be unbiased, but I'm not. This is a frickin' 10. If you disagree, you are wrong. So that's my take. That's a Puppeteen take. Melissa and Amy, let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. This is just a great comic book cover, right? You've got your really actiony, kind of mysterious hero. It's kind of a cool way to show how his web power works, because it's not like that was really a thing before then, right? That's kind of a whole new power set for him. And he's swinging into action, and he's got probably a bad guy here, maybe, we're assuming, and a bunch of guys over there. It's really cool. And it's interesting that they went with just kind of a gray wash for the background. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to divide up the levels that way, but it's kind of an interesting choice. Yeah, I really like this. This is a 10.
That's another 10. Okay, Melissa.
Let's see. Oh, I think. I mean, even compared to this, how covers looked, back when they're contemporary, what the contemporaries looked like that's a really solid perspective, excellent character design. Everyone dressed so well back then, even thugs.
I know, right?
It's amazing. So, but this is gorgeous. It's a 10.
Okay. Mr. Breen.
Well, you can't see them on the cover, but all the leaves were brown also.
And that's what
Well, the
my
sky
skin
is
looks like.
gray.
And this guy is great. That guy was on Wasp in a summer day.
Well, it's wintertime, right? That's why it's all gray.
And all those people on the roof, they're just waiting for their spider ride.
That's probably true.
And what happens when he picks them up and he's swinging them around? What sound do they make?
Also the same sound they make when he drops them.
When he drops, they say lawsuit.
That I'm guessing that's another 10, Mr. Breen.
Well, I was gonna say, at about this time, he would have lost all patience and be demanding a number in which I would say, let's talk about the buildings on the cover and 10.
They are nice buildings. I like some of the small windows and stuff like
Mr.
that.
Trustee Sidekick, what do you say, dear sir?
Well, if you really get into it, there are some anatomical things that are not quite right here. I mean, his pelvis is a little separated. That left arm is a little long, but it's such an iconic cover, often homaged. We gotta give it a 10, true believers.
Yes, indeed. And that is the panel. So we're going to go to the comments now. Starting from the top of the order, Michael Taylor, 10. This speaks for itself. Interweb Dude says, 10, amazing. I remember the first time I read this one. Ethereal Dragon, every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, party pooper. Yeah, that's an 8. What? I'm puppeting. We do the same things. Brian Stam is also pooping on party, but not as much with a 9. Same with Undead Gwen. Jay Lucian says, "Hey, this is also a 10." Okay, wait. Henry Jeremek is saying, "Ask you right now, please consider going to issue 15. I wish I could, but I have no way to edit it at this point. We only have what Mr. E has given us." And you are right. They are all great covers. Dark Admiral says this is also, guess what? A 10.
Ahoy, Dark Admiral Marcher.
One slick.
Oh, Admiral. I'm saluting.
Henry Jeremek says 11, but I'm going to round to a 10. Maranya says, amazing fantasy 15. This is a simple and effective iconic cover. Lots of details and just enough background to set the scene. Score an amazing 10. Wish I could score it a 15. Me too.
That's the issue number.
I'm going to throw another 10 for those who might be confused and voted anything else. Thank you. Listen, I can't lie to you here. Can you put the stop, please? There were 3 votes that weren't 10. This is absolutely a 10. I'm going to go ahead and put it up there now. This is the 10 of 10s.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be the 10 of 10s. We'll see later tonight. So we're going to go all the way up to 10. All right. And now.
There's something completely different.
Alrighty, that is ranking number 1. As always, if you come in late and you have a ranking, don't be afraid to tell us. We'll go ahead and add it. It's probably not going to change the score, though, for this one at least. So let's go ahead into our next cover, Mr. Frog.
I am going, Mr. Puppadine.
Thank you, Mr. Frog.
You're welcome, Mr. Puppadine.
I am first to go for The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes.
Issue number 1. listen, when we go ahead and talk about iconic covers, this is also one of them. You not only have Spider-Man, you have Reed Richards, who's elastic, and Sue can fade from sight. Johnny is the human torch,
Oh,
Useless.
and the Thing just loves to fight. They are the four, the Fantastic Four. This sets you up for two great stories, which we have read, and you should check out over on the Geeky Puppet Show. Shameless plug. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with a 10. Amy and Melissa.
There's just something so infectiously joyful about books from this time. There's just, I don't know, they're imaginative, they're exciting, they've got all these cool details, and okay, yeah, I'm sure there's, issues, but literally in this case, but they just look fun. I probably shouldn't rank it a 10, but I'm really happy. I'm going to call this a 10.
Melissa.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why I would give it not a 10. I mean, the perspective good, the machinery in the background is very detailed. The title and up there, the what do you call it up top with the title and then the what was that?
Trade dress?
Trade dress. That's it. Thank you. The trade dress is very appealing. Yeah, that's a 10.
All
Wow,
righty.
Chameleon was the first Spider-Man monster?
He was pretty much the first villain he faced, yeah. Mr. Breen.
Yes.
Yeah, can you give me a number for this?
Oh, sure. When would you like it by?
At your earliest convenience.
Okay. Well, let me finish up this text, and
Okay.
this is a 10.
Thank you.
Let it go.
Trusty.
The Fantastic Four think that Spidey is trapped, but they don't suspect that the top of this half tube is really completely wide open and he can get away at any time.
They don't know that.
And despite the minuscule thing there, I give it a 10, true believers.
All right, that's another 10. And Froggy.
I want to point out, since he's not here, we can crinkle all we want.
Oh, yeah.
We could, but we're not going to.
Where's
Why?
the damn bird?
All right.
I can't be a bird, but I can scream.
I want to point out that when we first started reading on the Geeky Puppet Show, this was one of the ones we read. I remember reading this. This was fun.
Me too. I remember reading this here, and I, for some reason, could not pronounce the word impetuous. And Mr. Breen yelled at me. I never forgot that moment.
See, he's been yelling since for 4 years now.
Just like propitious, I will not forget that word.
All right, I'm gonna give this a 10. Man, this is great. You got the best of both worlds. You got the family that started off, and you got the kid who's thinking about joining it. But not only that, you also get another story in here too as well.
Oh, yeah.
The chameleon.
We get also the first appearance of Jameson as well.
Very true. Very true. Where I learned that this masked menace is nothing but a scoundrel.
Not too loud. There are old people in the chat.
Okay, listen, I'm already more contained than I thought I would be.
You're doing
All right.
good.
Dark Admiral says, good, now I won't have to call E and tell him to find more 10s. That's a 10 from him. Michael Taylor says it's a great cover. It's a 10. Ethereal Dragon says, hey, it's a 10.
Woo.
Henry Jeremick says Spider-Man 1 is an 11, but I have to round down to a 10. I'm sorry. One Slick Dude says 10 all day, every day. Rhaegar is giving this an infectiously joyful 8. No, I'll save it for later. Dead Quinn says, no, this is a 10. Brian Stamp says Ben Grimm, also with 2 M's in his name, looks a bit off. Yes, I am pooping on the party again. Listen, if I didn't sing it for Rhaegar giving it an 8, I'm not going to sing it for you giving it a 9. Interweb Dude says 10. Come on. I'm probably giving all these a 10. One of the greatest comics of all time. You are correct, sir. Maranya says, Amazing Spider-Man #1. Wow! Another iconic cover. Well rendered. Guest stars the Fantastic Four. Prove the Marvel Universe is interconnected. Scores a chameleon 10. Michael Taylor says it's an amazing 10, but didn't I already? Yes, you did. You already gave this a ranking. And Trusty, yes, it is a very good Stanley.
We played well for the AI. Yeah.
Obnoxious Sounds is a good way to attract more viewers. Absolutely. Go ahead and wrap it up. This, my friends, is also a 10. In case you had any doubt.
No doubt.
No doubts. No doubts about it. Not going to shout about it either. Ranking fraud again. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, there's 1 8 and 1 9. What do you think is going to happen when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Ladybug
13, 14, 10s? All right.
Yes.
Sounds like an 8 to me.
All right. Who's starting this off? Is this Melissa or Amy?
It's going to be Amy.
Okay.
For The Amazing Spider-Man #2.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Give us a ranking.
Huh. There's like 2 covers on this one. Why are these so cool? I mean, it's like it's not what they turned into, but it's still really cool. It looks like he was trying to like catch him and he just pulled some of his feathers out. He's so kind of funny looking, but that seems believable somehow. Like, well, you're in the air, you're going to be grabbing at stuff.
And that's why he's panicking.
Yeah. Like, oh no. Can I give this one a 10 anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a 10.
Hey, do not encourage them to the vote the way you want to vote.
I said they
That's my job.
could. Okay. I'll be fair. I'm sorry. I forget about our rules here.
I am from the state of Pennsylvania. I will make sure that they vote correctly.
You'll make sure there's some last-minute votes coming in.
It's 3:00 in the morning. We just had some new sixes.
End of vote.
Melissa.
Wow. I mean, these were just getting these really huge dynamic like battles like this. These were the stories that were pioneering this kind of art. And it's just kind of interesting seeing like how comparing like the evolution of great balls and mid-air battles and that city again, terrific perspective. A little bit of connection issues in the legs, maybe a little bit, but seriously, it's exciting. Again, I like the whole thing. Just do 10.
Another 10. So, Eric.
Did you call?
Yes.
He yelled.
Number?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he just grabbed a bunch of feathers and now he's falling to his death. He's going, oh, wait a minute. I can shoot webs.
Oh,
And then on the way back up, I can worry about why I'm losing to an 80-year-old.
Vulture always gets you.
I'm going to keep the 10 train rolling.
Can't blame you. Trusty sidekick.
I have to say this one's also really good. I mean, look, the anatomy's solid there. The 3-point perspective is working for me, but we can't give them all a 10. I'm going to give this one a 9.
well, all right.
Okay, and this is a 9 for Trusty sidekick. Froggy.
I remember this reading very well. This is the one where the guy asks Peter Parker what his pant size are.
Oh, oh, you were the thinker. I remember now. You
Thinker.
filthy little amphibian!
Excuse me, sir. What size pants you wear?
You really are the Spider-Man to my Jameson.
But as the lovely Marani has pointed out in the chat, this is the first appearance of the Spider-Sense on a cover.
Oh.
Do you have a number though?
I have a number. It starts with a 1 and ends with a 0.
I can't blame you. I would also like to take this time, the original voice of Dr. Doom, to go ahead and say that this is indeed a 10. Okay, now to the chat. We're going to go up, all the way up to the start. Undead Quinn is starting with an 8. I'm still going to wait. Ethereal Dragon is also saying 8. Henry Jeremek is saying 11, which I'm going to round down to 10. Dark Admiral says this is also a 10. Maranya, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 2. Great dynamic cover with Vulture and Spidey fighting. The insert panel doesn't detract. Great detailed background, sets off the figures. Score a bird brain 10. One slick dude says 10. Great detail. And the monochromatic background works to offset the characters. Michael Taylor, amazing 10. The Vulture covers are very cool. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Brian Stam is saying, why is Peter Palmer running like a coyote off the cliff? Going, what is it, Mr. Breen? Thank you. And that's a 9 from him. Ethereal Dragon says, I'm from New York City.
New York City!
I will not settle for election fraud on my watch. Rhaegar is saying that this is an 8. Interweb Dude says 10. I love the Vulture. This was the first Spider-Man comic I read as a kid.
Whoa. How old are you?
I mean, he could be like in his 20s, and this is the first book he came across.
That's true.
I don't know who this pixel guy is, but thank you for the compliment. Okay, so let's go ahead and this one. Now we're starting to get somewhere that's a little bit of a fight, but it's still not going to be enough. I have 3 8s and 2 9s, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 10s.
11 tens.
So yeah, this is still a 10, guys. We're not leaving 10s yet. So down to the burning ring of fire. Where are you? You're hiding from me, Vulture.
Third from
There
right.
he is.
There
He's
he is.
kind of
Nope.
He's kind of in the middle, like just left of the.
There he is. Thank you. And we're going to move it all the way up because this is a 10.
Yay!
Yay! Okay.
Go, dude, get going.
Ethereal Dragon wants to go ahead and say that it's lies. I'm from Western New York City.
Western New York
Western New York City.
And not crappy Eastern New York City.
Crappy Eastern New York City.
Thank you. I feel so much love.
Where is MK? I thought he'd be offended.
Where is MK? This is a good question. Show up. Interweb Dude says that he's 31.
Exactly. So yeah, see?
Okay. It's time
Dang,
for
he's about half my age.
It's time for the next cover, which is going to be Amazing Spider-Man number 3.
Yes.
Melissa, start us off.
Let's see. Oh, Dr. Octopus. Okay, so that little machine in the corner is pretty neat. The walls aren't quite as awesome as some of the other backgrounds I've seen so far. It's very historically significant. Let's see.
I think I'll give it. I'll give it a 9.
I'm not
Is
going to
that-
start singing it yet. Go ahead, Mr. Breen.
Wait, did both Lesters score?
No, Amy goes last.
Oh. I kind of thought they were like the salt and pepper shakers. They were always together.
I guess not this time.
Puppeteen's drunk with power.
Did go on the machine back there?
You know, when I was
It-
when I was a young adult, I had this book on hold at my LCS. Christmas was coming, and my dad went and picked it up for me
No.
because it was a very expensive book, $30.
Oh my gosh.
Think about that today. When I fast forward a couple years ago, I'm working a comic book show downtown, and we sold a raw copy of. I'm sorry, no, it was. I can't remember. Sold a copy of this for $5,000 cash,
Issue
and it was
3.
probably in about the same condition that the one my dad picked up for me was 40 years earlier.
I was gonna say,
None
yeah,
of that has anything to do with why this is a 10. But
that was about what, the late
Fair enough.
70s.
Listen, you know what? I like the drawn out path there. Trusty, give us a number.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on in the background here, but I like how Steve Ditko leaves a little to the imagination in the center there. Again, the anatomy is solid here, and the drama is just knocking it home. I gotta give this one a 9.
Okay. Froggy.
America's most exciting superhero captured by the world's most boring supervillain.
Oh, Otto.
You are helpless against me, Spider-Man. I warned you that the power of Dr. Octopus is far greater than yours.
You know that's not how I sound, you little amphibian.
A book-length super thriller. Spider-Man. Yes. Faces his most powerful foe, Aunt May with a gun.
Yeah.
by the way, I'm glad you didn't show the Aunt May variant of this cover.
Those gams.
Yes. In alternate reality, she dealt with Hammerhead instead. All right, I'm giving this a. Don't be biased. 10.
Because he read it wrong, I have to read it right now. You have to see. You are helpless, Spider-Man. I warned you that the power of Dr. Octopus is far greater than yours. That's how it's done.
Thought an octopus had 8 arms.
This cover is a star-studded 10. Now, Amy, it's your turn.
Well, I mean, he has like the 4 robotic arms, but then he has his 2 natural arms, and then he has two legs. So that kind of makes 8 altogether, maybe.
Damn you and your logic.
8 limbs.
Counting.
Yay!
You win.
He didn't say Dr. Octopus. Oh, that's good. I have to stop giving all of these 10s, right? Or we're not going to be.
Nobody is saying that, but
Doesn't
you
stop
can
me.
vote however you want.
Okay. But it is the first Dr. Octopus, and he is really cool.
Well, you don't know yet without reading you haven't read the story yet. This that shows up with a weird tentacle arms, and then Spider-Man's just like,
Bro. Sorry. I think I'll just give this one a 10. This is gonna be hard because they're all so cool.
Can't
You know-
blame you.
I do like the fact that we have an octopus as a villain. He has a whale as a villain too. The whale's the Kingpin.
Listen, when he was a boy. What's your favorite scary movie? I'll have to think on that. Michael Taylor is going 9. We're going down, folks. MK is saying 10 for this cover of Spider-Man versus Elton John.
MK.
Okay,
One
I
Slick
mean,
Dude is saying 9. Always liked Doc Ock, but always thought this could have been drawn, had a better drawn background. Okay.
That's true.
It might be the sewer.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell where they are. There's a robot and there's a circle of bricks. So
Wait.
There's a
So
what?
circle of bricks? See?
there's a tunnel, maybe like a little bit, but it looks kind of arched. It doesn't look like it's the surface that the big heavy machine could actually bounce the fun.
True story. In the first printing of this book, he opened up. He says to Spider-Man, "I'm still standing." Yeah.
I'm still standing better than I ever did. And Rhaegar says, when he was a young warthog. When I was a young warthog. That has nothing to do with this. He gives this a 7. Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you. Rhaegar. That's a 7. Brian Stam says 8. I wasn't skipping you, Brian. I just had to get to the disappointing vote of the evening. Dark Admiral is saying this is a 10. Interweb Dude says, I can't go 11, so I'm going 10. All right. Ethereal Dragon says 8. Spoon. Marania says, amazing Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
It's so pathetic. Trusty, can we get a spoon from you?
Spoon.
Thank you.
There you go.
Marania says, amazing Spider-Man number 3. Wow. Another amazing dynamic cover. Spidey in real peril from Dr. Octopus. Just enough background detail to set the scene. Scoring Otto Octavius 10. Those gams!
All right, here's a new rule. Whenever someone says wow, I want Trusty to say it in his own Wilson.
That's fair. Undead Quinn is saying 8 and that they need to sue for cover bias.
I have comics isn't here. It's just me. It's me and a Puppetine.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry,
miss
but-
you.
Yeah.
I rounded down. I always round down. Oh wait. Oh no,
Henry-
you might be right.
Henry had he said it's 11. Yeah. He
It
said
doesn't go to 11.
Yep, only a 10.
1, 2, 3. Yes, I know. We knew what he meant though. Let me make sure I have the right amount of notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's space spoons.
This is the exciting part of counting.
I mean, when you have Trusty's sidekick here, you kind of want him to say spoon because he does the Patrick Warburton.
12,
It's like, how can you not?
1, 2, 3, 4,
So that means when we start doing tip covers, you have to be here too as well.
13, 16. He actually might be right. I might have skipped him. I'm sorry because now we have MK. So that is a 10. I'm sorry, Henry. I did pull an England team.
I knew what you were saying.
But let's bring up the stop.
So you work under the bridge too, then?
Yes, I do. We go ahead to
He felt that.
those 3 takes away 3 of those. 4. Y'all aren't gonna believe this. By 1 point, this is a 10. By 1 single vote, this is a 10. This might go ahead and change later in the thing if people rate it lower later.
CNN calls this cover for 10.
So now it's time for the Amazing Spider-Man number 4.
Oh,
Let's pull it up. Bring up the stop or the start. And Mr. Breen.
You rang.
You get your cover, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Read for me.
Wait, that's my job. What the heck?
Spider-Man. Now I've got you.
Huh? What?
Surprised? See why I'm called the Sandman?
Yeah,
No.
no. Getting everywhere.
How can Spider-Man defeat a foe who cannot be injured? Don't dare miss. Nothing can stop the Sandman.
Yes.
It's like having a reading.
I should get a yes after mine too.
Yes.
So, Amazing Spider-Man 4 looks like a repurposed page for the cover. I don't care. It's awesome. Let's see. What am I giving everything else? Oh yeah, a 10.
Alrighty. Trustee, please.
I have to agree with Mr. Kaplan. I rather enjoy the 4 panels telling a bit of story on the cover. I'm afraid I have to also give this a 10.
Okay.
Who is this
Froggy?
Kaplan fella you keep talking about? My name is Thornhill.
Of course it is.
Get me my gin and the car.
Well, you know there, son.
Diva Marie Saint.
I might want to give this a 10. Ha-cha-cha.
I'm going to be honest. Listen, I like the Sandman. I like Spider-Man.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
I've always felt this cover, with how it's separating, it's always just lower for me. It's not a bad cover, but it's definitely not.
Oh, I hear it is. If it's not Doc Ock, it's not a 10 for you. Okay.
I rated the Volt. If it's not an old man, it's not
Wow.
a 10 for me.
If I don't read him, it's not a 10.
I don't read the Vulture. So this is going to be a 9 for me.
Well, that's all
Well,
right. Though. That's okay.
I think it's your panels do count as a cover because it's a cover.
Okay. Amy.
It is kind of neat having a comic, but I kind of like comics on the inside of the books and covers being a little more like cover-y and splashy. Like if it were this and it's like that's the background and it's one of those things where characters like swinging through the panels or tearing through or something like that, and it's like an element in it, I think that'd be a lot cooler. But I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't get my cover. But I'm sure it's going to be an exciting story.
It is.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 9. It's still pretty good.
The reason I like it because if I was a kid, I'd be like, dude, it says nothing can stop the Sandman. He's fighting against a guy in sand. I'm like, how is he going to stop this guy? I love this.
With a vacuum cleaner.
He's not kidding.
Not everybody can afford a vacuum cleaner, okay?
You might say the ending sucked.
Melissa.
Let's see. Let's see. That's some pretty wild stuff right there.
Yeah, can you imagine being the first artist that somebody said, "Hey, this is what the character does," and you're just left going,
Well, yeah,
Oh.
it's Ditko doing the covers, isn't it?
"Oh, really?"
Yeah, I think so.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 9 too.
Okay. Alrighty. Now it's time to go to the chat. We're going to scroll
Was
on up.
Ditko doing any other ones at all?
Other what?
Other books at this time?
Probably some. He was still doing their fantasy books because they weren't all superhero yet.
Because I'm just wondering if did he run out? Because usually when they did this, because they ran out of time, they threw something up.
No. These aren't panels in the book. They're just made to look like them.
Okay.
Yeah, he drew these for the cover. Interweb Dude is saying this is an 8. Undead Quinn is saying this is a 6. Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you. Undead Quinn. Dark Admiral is saying 9. Michael Taylor is saying 10. Very cool panel cover. Rhaegar is saying, okay, I can give this a 10. Couldn't give anything else a 10, Rhaegar. Why are you being the pixel today? Excuse me. Henry Jeremek, not going to skip you. Don't worry. Spider-Man number 4. It's a 10.
Thanks. I taught Trusty everything he knows.
Hey, you wish. One slick dude. 9. Interior panel.
I tell him everything not to do.
Which it wasn't, but
That's why you should tune into the Geeky Puppet Show.
Mhm.
you heard it from the ghost of Stanley himself.
Oh, wait.
Uh,
I can't take credit. Only Puppety gets credit.
Exactly, just as like the start of this ranking. Maranya says the Amazing Spider-Man #4. This is a panel cover that literally tells a story and sells the book. Great concept for a villain to give Spidey trouble. Scores a sandy 10. And the Sandman is missing half his body in the second panel, so it's a 7. That is quite.
Well,
That is the point. Ethereal is also saying 7 though. MK says it's funny. Oh, sorry, it's funny. Ha ha. It's a 9.
Oh.
Ha ha ha. That's as low as my voice can go. I'm sorry.
I know it is. Must be really hard for you.
I see what you did there. Hey, it's Sandman, one of the best. Ollie Pong, then you can give us a number.
10 being awesome, 1 being the worst, 5 in the middle is meh. Where would you rate it?
Yeah, go ahead. But we are going to put up the stop. But that does not mean you can't vote later. I can always throw it on later. And
I was just thinking, as much as I like E and wish you were here, one of the things I was grateful for was we weren't going to have to hear that every party's got a poop. Thanks, Pixel.
I had to bring something.
No, you didn't. You already brought a puppet head that looks disturbingly like our usual host. That's enough.
Listen, I've let you talk a lot longer than he does.
Well, there is that.
Thank you.
But that's just providing a service for the fans.
All right, let's go ahead and break this down. 1 6 takes out one of the 10s. 2 7s takes out 2 of the 10s. 1 8 takes out one of the 10s. 3 of those 9s take out the last 3 remaining 10s. So this is our first 9 of the night.
Choke. Gasp.
Not an imaginary story.
Sputter.
There he is.
Look, Laura.
So we're going to move this up to an awesome 9. It's our first 9 of the evening.
And we're on 5 now?
Yes, we are on cover number 5. It does look like that's almost
that
the
was
point.
That was the whole thing. That was like, let's start our own channel and you could just make fun of E all the time.
Hey, you sound like you have a human in your throat up there.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. That's what I
am
like.
what I eat. I am what I eat.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5. And Trusty, you start us off this time.
You get derpy too.
I have no idea what the hell is going on with Dr. Doom there. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's just nasty. I'm afraid this one's going to drop down to about a 7 for me.
7. Whew. No. For Froggy.
I can't help it. It looks like a Beavis and Butthead character in the background.
Right?
This is your finish, Spider-Man. If you get it for yourself, could not stop me. What chance do you fire?
That is not the voice.
No, that is the voice over there. We don't watch that channel. Or The View.
Those are very different shows.
All right.
Give me a number.
It happened. Sooner or later, Spider-Man was bound to battle some guy who thinks he's Dr. Doom.
Dr. Hines, Doomensmerts!
Is this the most fierce appearance of the time portal thing? Kind of looks like it. See, it's Dr. Doom's time machine. Anyway, I gotta agree with my my creator Stan Lee up there. But I'm gonna say it's a 6. It's like he's like he's got like a Stan. What's the guy? Stan Goldberg, the guy who drew Archie. The giant Doctor Doom. Jughead is Doctor Doom.
So, here's what I'm going to say. This has some problems, yes, but it does have Dr. Heinz Doomenschmerz. I have to go ahead and MF Doom attack Spider-Man. Yeah. And so I have to give this something because this is an exciting cover. You definitely look at it and you're like, okay, I want to see what's happening here. So I'm gonna go. This is a pretty awesome cover. I'm gonna go 9.
It is true that he does. Remember, he decided to hide his face because it was scarred, so he put on something even worse.
Amy.
It's so whimsical, right? I can totally see. Yeah, it's got what the heck happened, but it still kind of makes me laugh, and it's like the little inventions are funny, and Doom. Oh my gosh, he needs help, but it's still fun, right? I don't know. It's still a fun book to look at. So I think I'd probably give it like a I was going to say 8, but darn it, it's so off it makes me laugh. I'll give it a 9.
You give it a 9 for a Derpy Doom.
Derpy
Yes,
Doom.
that's
I love
right.
Derpy Doom.
Just wait until Breen starts talking about those metal plates he has for teeth.
Dr. Doopy Doom.
Dr. Derp. Melissa?
Please.
Oh man, he managed to knock him right off of his title.
Off of his trade dress.
Trade dress. Well,
Is it like Beetlejuice? Does it appear?
I'll just stop forgetting what's called. Trade dress.
I call it the title as well.
A title.
Title also works. There is a title on
It's the title logo.
On 8.
Number 8. Mr. Breen, Mr. Breen.
Can you stop singing?
No!
I got a song in my heart.
Okay, I'm going to update this cover for a modern audience.
Mhm.
This is your finished Spider-Man. If the Fantastic Four, they themselves could not stop me, what can you?
Okay.
I'm going to go 9.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep.
6. And
Pong, you just basically got the. If you look on the rankings back there, the red is 10 means great. That's best. That's the best, highest score you can give it. And then you go. If you follow it down, it goes 9 is awesome, 8 is good, 7 6 is average, 5 is you like it, but it's not bad either. So you go both ways. And then as it goes down, it goes bad, worse, and it says, "Oh my gosh, my eyes."
Michael Taylor is giving us an amazing 10. Brian Stam is giving this an 8. Undead Quinn says 7. Interweb Dude says 10. Incredible. Rhaegar says 5. No, I'll give it a break. Dark Admiral says 10. Ethereal, MK says 7. Ethereal Dragon says 8 now. Harry Jarmek, you've heard it always, is Spider-Man number 5. Dr. Doom should have zapped Spidey's webs with his laser hand. It's a very good cover. It's an 8. Wow. That shows you what this might just be the most hit cover of the night. One Slick Dude says it's an 8. That rendering of Doom's face is terrible, and the only real problem with the cover.
It's funny though. Derpy Doom.
Maranya says, amazing Spider-Man number 5. Great details and real peril for Spidey versus Dr. Doomenschmerz. Another crossover from the FF. Even with all of its flaws, it's still a Doom 10. Alrighty. And Black Spiders, welcome, is saying 6. Spider self. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Frogs. Ollie Pong says that this cover is also a 6. Thanks for joining in. Participation is welcome.
Here's something that'll make you sleep at night.
Black-
What are the frogs and spiders mated? You had frog spider creatures.
Oh, I don't like that.
Ribbit, whip.
Swibbit.
A 9. I'm updating Black Spiders. He's giving me rankings here. For 3 is a 9 as well. Which it okay. I'll need one more vote to get a real struggle from there.
Time to math.
No, that wasn't a 9. That was a 7. So that was... Okay. I'm back. Sorry. Had to wake up. So let's go ahead and do the math here. Put up the stop.
In the name of love.
5 takes out a 10. 3 of those 6s takes out all those 10s. 3 of these 7s takes out all 3 of those 9s. This is an 8.
All right.
Dr. Heinz, Dolmenschmerz. It's an 8. Alrighty. That takes us to Amazing Spider-Man number 6. Dark Admiral wants to point out, it would be amazing if everyone could give a like. All of those that already did, you're spectacular.
Aw. I like the energy. Thank you.
All right. So start us off, Mr. Frog. It's top of the order.
It is the top of the order. F-Man, F-Reptile, the Lizzo will take over all of Earth unless Spider-Man alone can stop her from eating the buffet. The Marvel Age of Comics is here at Publix, where comicking is a pleasure. Wow. Yeah, I still say that purple coat and pants, it's just...
It's a little much. Maybe
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.
7. You know, 7 is still good. This one has some real problems. And I love Spider-Man very much.
Yep.
But I'm actually... Every party has a pooper. That's
Don't
why
say
he
it.
invited me puppeting. This is going to be a 6. I'm going to go average. Because they're still excited. I love the lizard. I do. But this cover is not a great representation of him. It's really not.
If you keep saying that song, I'm gonna make you rank from behind the scenes.
Quiet frog.
Right, Mr. Producer.
Amy.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking at this and I'm kind of like, so Spider-Man and like somebody in a purple suit are falling down a hole. Is like Spider-Man going to save him? Is he saving Spider-Man?
I think Spider-Man's knocked out.
Yeah, it's just I look at it and I can't quite tell what's going on. And I think his head's kind of too small.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just he's a little funny to look at, but unfortunately not derpy funny to look at. He just looks a little bit off. And I guess it's hard because we all know what the lizard looks like later on, and he's really cool and it's exciting.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like, I'm not sure I get it. I mean, maybe if he had a really cool hat, but even then, I don't think a purple turtleneck and a Hologram? I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, in
Um,
the later cartoons, he looked like Leatherhead. He had the alligator head.
yeah, right. Something that looks like
Yeah.
strong or ferocious or
This
something.
looks like he's from Mars.
Yeah, he looks kind of like an alien guy. Like he had kind of alien makeup, but they didn't want to try too hard, so they made sure to give him long sleeves and a turtleneck.
Story. After the issue, he was gonna go and start Facebook.
Well, that would work out. That would be a good story. Since the cover's not telling us that, I can't, rank it for the story that it could be. I think I'll give it like a 7.
Melissa.
Do I need to explain the joke? I don't think anyone else got it.
I think I'll give it a 7 too.
72. I'm sorry, we can't go that high.
7 as well.
There we go. Mr. Breen.
First, I want to say that probably one of the wealthier people in the Marvel universe was the tailor who supplied pants to Bruce Banner and Kurt Connors. And he only had to use one color. And I don't know what you guys aren't seeing on this one. I guess it's a 10.
It's the bright purple colors. It looks too bright for me.
He likes it nice and dark.
Oh, but the Spider-Man logo is
Like Zach.
pink.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a pink Spider-Man logo. Wow.
So I guess I could put it up to an 8
Do you want to?
for pink Spider-Man logo.
No, it's not. It's not Gavin. It's Mark Zuckerberg.
Right.
All right, who's next?
Do you want it to be an 8 then, Amy?
Or do you want it to be a 10? Or do you want it to be a 7 or 6 or 5 or 3 or 1?
I think I could do an 8.
Okay. And Trusty.
All right, so it's not as iconic as some of the other ones, but I like how the background is muted, so the characters really pop. And I mean, how many times have we seen purple and green as a color scheme for a villain? But it works. I agree with what Amy said about the lizard's head and everything, but the rendering of the cloth, the folds and all is very naturalistic. I like that. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
Okay. And that means we go to the chat.
Big Needles. Where's my clothes?
I
agree with Henry. The lab coat should have been white.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. The purple is just so weird to put on the cover.
Wait, it's supposed to be a lab coat?
It looks like it's Arsenio Hall.
Ooh.
And Henry Jeremiah says that Spider-Man number 6 is a 10.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it, Henry.
Undead Quinn says this is a 9. He's summoning Zach. So is Brian Stan. Interweb Dude says that this is an 8. Michael Taylor says amazing 10. Very cool cover and detail. Black Spider, I read Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 50 and was amazed at how good it was. Everyone who is a Spider-Man fan should read. Yes, they should. Yep. Black Spider says that this is an 8. Ollie Pong says 7 for Lizard's thick lips.
Or you could just watch the readings on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Yes, you can. I'm pretty sure we have almost all 1 through 50 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. One Slick Dude says this is a 9. Ethereal Dragon says, I'm not a fan of the Lizard's design here, so this is going to be a 7. Dark Admiral says 8. Steve Ditko is an amazing artist. I love a lot of his character designs. They really are something stunning. Muranya says that Amazing Spider-Man number 6. This cover sells the book. Spidey in Peril from the Lizzo. Gray detailed background sets off the figures well. Scores a lizard licking 10.
I thought she actually typed in Lizzo. Oh, shit.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. My laugh is evil as well. Listen, any joke about Mark Zuckerberg being a lizard person is funny to me.
Yep.
Rhaegar says, "I haven't rated this yet." 10.
There you go.
And MK says 9. Pull up the stop. And Black Spider says to Hulk smash that like button. Actually, Mr. Breen, can you give me a Hulk smashing? Asking for a like.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Hulk smash that like button, dude.
Thank you. That's perfect. We're gonna have to clip that.
There's a lot of things we could.
All right. So 1-6 takes out 1-10. Oops. 4 of those 7s takes out the rest of those 10s. 1-7 takes out 1-9. 1, 2, 3 of those 8. This cover is an 8.
I think you get the next cover, don't you?
I do. I just have to get Lizzo where he belongs.
This is number.
Should be number 7.
Okay.
All right. Pull up the start.
I will pull up the start. I will pull up the start now.
Thank you.
Pulling up the start.
Now show me the book.
I'll show you the money.
Oh, look.
The Vulture returns. Here is Spider-Man, as you like him, fighting, joking, daring, challenging the most dangerous foe of all in this, the Marvel Age of Comics. This is a very good cover.
Oh no, another old person.
Well, no, this is the same old person. He's back. I really do like this cover. I'm trying to.
Jeff Bezos.
No, like I could say that maybe Spidey's movement is just a little more stiff in this one in comparison, but I'm still loving so much about this cover. I really think it's great. Who wouldn't want the Vulture returns? It's a 10. Amy.
Let's see here. Okay, it looks like he's kind of sliding in, like to home base. Yes, that's
Home plate.
Home plate. So, whoosh. It says the Vulture looks too sure of himself. He must have a foolproof plan to defeat me. I'm not sure that he looks like a much more different expression than the first time, but I guess I can't really tell. It is cool. I do like. What are we doing here? It works. It works. Oh, why are these so fun? I'm gonna give this one I think I'll give it a 9. Yeah.
A 9. We're summoning Zach again.
You know,
Melissa.
all these Zach jokes that no one even here knows who Zach is.
I'm
He's
so
a really
sorry,
sweet
everybody.
We haven't seen him in forever.
Maybe because of all the Zach jokes.
We'll do LK jokes instead. Okay. Something. Okay.
Oh, really?
Wee wee.
Yeah, I knew there was something I liked about this cover. You has the fun cityscape underneath, good action pose, the Vulture. Oh yeah, he's looking kind of old, but still cool. A fun fact: it looks like this issue was published on the same day as my birthday.
Oh yeah, or this
Happy birthday from the Vulture to you. It was our birthday, so we could party too. Hey,
Have a nice night, Dark Admiral March here.
we'll miss you.
Bye. So I'll give it a 10.
Yeah.
Giving it a 10. Eric Breen.
You know, this was just not as dynamic as the other ones I've seen so far. Although, wow, that underarm webbing is fire, as the kids say.
That game is on point.
Yes,
It is on fleek.
and just like that, I aged out again. I'm still going to give us a 9, though.
Okay. Trusty.
Well, they're still sticking with that light blue background scheme, which is okay. It works because it makes the characters pop. The Vulture, he's just trying to get his next dose of Ensure, so, give him a break. But he looks pretty good there. Spider-Man swinging in, he's a little stiff, but not bad. But December 7th is when I had my heart attack, so I'm going to have to give this one an 8.
no.
A heart-stopping 8.
Oh no,
Ba-dum.
Mr. Frog.
I gotta agree. I love the top transitions to a much of darker blue up there, and it makes the yellow and the red font pop. You still got the spider webs, which are awesome in the background for that logo. Then I love how the motion lines Spider swinging up. I'm like, how is Spidey gonna defeat this guy? This old man. He's got a knee him in the crotch.
There you go. There's the answer.
I don't even care about the stiff leg. That right leg is gonna go right in. And then they'll both fall to their death because Spider-Man's swinging from something.
And what sound will they make?
My balls! Oh, you mean Spider-Man? Whee! Yeah, I like the motion lines. I like the angle, the dynamic thing. Very Michael Mann. I'm gonna go with an 8 on this as well. It just seems like they're fighting in a vacant city. There's not a light on.
Vacant city.
Come on, he's gonna show up. Or Commandy. He came and
He goes commando.
What are you talking about? Vince Clortho, Keymaster of Gozers, on top of that building over there.
Oh, there you go.
Are you the
All right.
gatekeeper? Yeah, it's only for video games.
It's Jeffrey Bezos. Thank you, Ollie Pong. 10 from Dark Admiral.
10. That's a 10.
Undead Quinn says 9.
He disagrees.
Gnarly.
Black Spider says 7. Holly Pong says, I like Amazon, so I'll definitely a 10. Interweb Dude says this is also a 10. Henry Jeremek says Spider-Man number 7. It's a good cover. It's a 7. 7 for 7.
There you go.
Brian Stam, you know what? Where are the bats in the background? Where are the derpy bats?
That's a good question.
There's a dearth of derpy bats.
He agrees with me. Thank you. Spidey looks stiff. So it's an 8. Good night, Dark Admiral. You're not watching anymore, but good night. Michael Taylor is saying amazing 10. Very cool cover. Great details on the buildings. One slick dude says 9. Like the first Vulture cover a little better. I can't blame you for that. We joke about him because Zach is not here. Spider-Man is going to die with no buildings to web onto. There's always a bigger building. Ariel says 8. Marania says amazing Spider-Man number 7. Spidey versus Vulture rematch. Perspective of the buildings gives the sense of height. Where is Spidey's web attached? Who cares? We're going to give this another bird brain 10. Rhaegar says 6.
Maybe it's on.
There was a traffic helicopter flying by, and they were dropping turkeys.
He just borrowed their helicopter.
Tom Holland versus Michael Keaton, so it's a 9. Okay. And always like the underarm webbing. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Keaton was good as a Vulture. Yep. And thank you for bringing in the stop. So
I agree.
I think he's overhated. So
No, overrated.
I think it's overhated. But anyway, 6 is going to take out one of those 10s. 2 of those 7s takes out 2 of those 10s. 4 of those 8s takes out the rest of those 10s. This cover is a 9. It's a 9.
Thanks, Mr. Carlson.
All right. And this takes us to Dun 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 dun. Spider-Man number 8.
Okay.
Is it number 8?
About this time, we would have a rating, but I don't think we can do that. So, or not a rating, a poll, but
Woo, I almost pulled an angle team there. I almost skipped a number.
don't do that.
It wouldn't be authentic if it didn't do it. All right. Let me pull up this cover. Who is going first for this cover ranking?
Amy.
And yay! Oh my gosh! What are we?
You remember this one?
Special tribute to teenagers issue. Okay, so he's fighting Grado the robot. All right.
And baby teenagers.
And baby teenagers. Okay. Peter Piper fights with Flash Thompson. Now, how does that work? Because he's got super strength and super reflexes and stuff.
Yes.
The match. Well, the match was about to happen. You see, and then it's just got the robot went crazy, and yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is
Robot.
kind of different for
Sorry, Robot.
a comic book cover, but it's neat. It looks really exciting, and Human Torch is kind of flying over there. I
Useless.
wonder if he's going to be useful. Maybe this time? I don't know. He might be able to take Flash Thompson in the fight. Nah, probably not. I don't know. This looks cool, and I just kind of like it. And I like the bright yellow color, and the robot guy, and this just boxing, Spider-Man boxing. I don't know. That's still funny to me. I'll give this a 10. It's different, and I like it.
Melissa.
Let's see. It seems like an exciting issue, and I would like to. It's like it. I like to know, like, how does that work with a boxing with Flash Thompson? It's
I
like
know, right? Somehow a giant robot fits into this.
I love giant robots, so I'm going to give it a 10.
The living robot was gonna figure out who they brought to their class, and it was supposed to identify who Spider-Man is, and Peter Parker had to quickly try and hide his name, but then the robot started going haywire.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Because it knew you'd found Spider-Man.
and also Peter had at this point Peter had enough of Flash Thompson's mouth, so he was they're gonna fight, and then Peter realized he can't fight him because if he hits him, he'll prove that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. It'd be kind of obvious then, right?
So yeah, it's clever, really clever how they did it. To find out more, go to the Geeky Puppet Show.
That's right.
But until then, we look to Mr. Breen, also on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Some would say he's still there.
Hi, I'm on the Geeky Puppet Show.
We know.
Hi, this is the Geeky Puppet Show on I Love Comics.
Let's see. This cover.
Good night, Brian.
Bye.
That's right. This cover. Good night, Brian.
Brian says, enough said.
That's you.
Well, I wish I had some flowery exposition to deliver here, but instead I will just say this is a 10.
There you go.
There you go. This was it.
Rusty.
I'm gonna have to disagree with my esteemed colleague Eric. I think this one's kind of weak. Yeah, there's some tangents going on there with the Human Torch, and I don't know. I don't think this one's the best we've seen so far. I'm gonna give this a 7.
Thank you, Jack Nicholson.
Trog.
Is that what I sounded like?
I sound like when he starts doing interviews about the Joker. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to do this, like it's like.
And I just wanted to say that, in all sincerity, Trusty, you're dead to me.
Froggy.
I'm half dead now. I love Spider-Man running towards us. He's like, I'm out of here.
I know, right? It's a little dirty. I love that.
I never paid attention to that before. The way he's running, it's like, yeah. He's like, the Human Torch is here. I'm out.
He's being attacked by a giant robot. And
But
somebody...
I like this. This reminds me of the DC 100s and some of the other stuff they do with DC Comics, Brave and the Bulls. I love it when they show you a clip of what's going to happen in here, but you don't know what order or when it's going to happen. But it's cool.
That-
I like this.
Now, you know, if J. Jonah Jameson's face was on that robot, it'd be a 10.
Who doesn't love a spider slayer?
Well, you just have to wait another 17 issues,
Something like that.
and you get just that.
What else are we doing tonight?
Anyway, the great thing about this, you get to see what they keep changing up the color of the logo.
Mhm.
They keep going, the colors, and kind of tell what. Because remember, it only works with so many backgrounds before it doesn't pop as well. But I like it though. Don't miss the extra added attraction. Spider-Man tackles the Human Torch as the backup story. So actually, it looks like 3 stories, but it's actually only 2 stories. I'm gonna go 8. 8 on this. This is 8. Definitely 8.
I have never liked this cover.
Well,
I gotta be honest.
I remember you
I don't
saying,
like.
hey,
I don't like the
I say something?
bold yellow background. I, for one, love little like hype bubbles. This does not hype me up at all. I like when we read it, we had fun because we had fun reading it. I've never been a fan of this issue that much either. This is not that great to me.
Well,
I'm gonna go 5. This is a meh for me. I'm
you remember
sorry.
when we were reading this, or we're both reading, we kept skipping over this. You're like, nah, let's not read this.
We only read it because Mr. Breen pushed us.
Puppetine,
Yeah. Yes.
I just wanted to say, in all sincerity,
Yes.
you're even deader to me.
I know. Rhaegar is giving this a 4, though.
Well, he is the younger me. So.
Wait. You went back in time and took out your younger self? Or he took out... what?
One slick dude says that this is a 10. Bright and eye-catch.
Excuse me, it's one skipped on Dead Quinn.
Michael Taylor says amazing 9. Cool covers and colors. Henry Jeremek says a Spider-Man 8 is an... Guess what? It's an 8. MK, you mean, great to hear, my Anne friend. So, Brian Stam, last ranking, calling it a night. You sleep well. Stay safe out there, everyone. Giving this a 9. Ethereal says 6.
Cool.
Ollie Pong says, I like the old Scorch design of Human Torch, but gotta give this a 6 for Spidey's girl running. This reminds me of Superman versus Ali a little. So we have a flaming Spider-Man cover. I'll say an 8. Hey, Crazy Hungarian is giving it a crazy 8.
Do people normally point their hand at their foot when they're running?
Check this out.
Check this out. It's a great goofy run.
Maranya says that Spider-Man number 8, Spidey versus Living Brain, and Peter versus Flash in inset circles.
Well, he also jumped over the flame, too.
Doesn't detract from Spidey and the guest star, the Human Torch man. Simple, effective, sells the book, scores a teenage 10.
It kind of makes you wonder. He's fighting like a robot at high school, and then he teams up with a guy who catches himself on fire. How is that the backup story?
Well, they're 2 separate stories. The boxing and the robot story is a different story. They had 2 stories, though, these early ones. Yeah. It was a small backup story, The Human Torch.
Anyway, pull up that stop, please.
I will pull up that stop and drop it like it's hot.
1-4 takes out a 10. 1-5 takes out a 10. 2 of those 6s takes 2 out of those 10s. And then 1-7 takes out a 10. And then 2 of those 8s takes out the 2 9s. So this makes this cover dun 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 8.
Oh, I thought it sounded like the intro of the Turtles movie. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, now it is time for Spidey number 9.
Mr. 9, Mr. 9.
Bring up the start. Do, do, do.
I will drop it like it's hot.
It's
Even though it's
time
not. It's going to be
for-
huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be great. You don't even understand how great it's going to be. Melissa, you're going to start out our electrifying ranking here right now.
I love how the guy looks like he's just kind of like looks put upon that someone would touch him right now. It's like, seriously? You're doing this. This is happening. You're doing this.
How is he not shocker? Oh.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Oh, the most original superhero of all time. That is some great copy right there.
I guess he has a bag of money.
Yep.
It kind of looks like
Yeah,
it.
it's a bag of money.
They used to label money bags like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So you know which one to steal.
Yeah, actually, he might have traced him all the way down to Duckburg.
Yep.
Ooh.
Life is like a hurricane.
Mhm. Mhm.
Red scars. Like I said, done.
I think it's fun. I think I'll give it an 8.
8. Mr. Breen, Mr. Breen.
It's like a commercial. Could be saying, Mr. Breen, Mr. Breen.
Mr. Breen, Mr. Breen. Oh, Mr. Breen, Mr.
We're always
Breen.
playing with Mr. Breen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just mopping the kitchen floor. I was being compelled to do it.
Well,
Everything's clean.
While swaying your hips, right? I've seen that commercial.
Did you use a Swiffer wet jet?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I don't clean the kitchen floor.
oh, it's dirty, huh?
I think I am going to go 9 on this one.
Wow. Okay. Trusty.
I like the before and after of this. I really wish we had gotten a chance to see Jamie Foxx wearing that mask. I think that would have been awesome. But, I'm going to have to give this one an 8.
Mr. the Frog.
Le Frog.
Mr. Le Frog. We're friends now.
With it. Yes. I like this. He's doing the Thriller dance.
Thriller.
And then he's laying down and he's like, oh, one of those days. Oh, it was me.
Clint, I love you.
He's smoking. Yep. I like this. Yeah. And then you have the little the Christmas ornament. It tells you it's the book link comic Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
Proving again that this is indeed the Marvel age of comics. All right. I'm going to go 9. And you would have Jamie Foxx in that costume. I think it'd be even more ridiculous. Because it doesn't look right.
I want to tell you this.
Of course it doesn't.
There's a reason why you are all wrong. This is great.
I'm not one.
And I'm going to point to the one detail that I love. And that is Spidey's eyes. And when he is being shocked, one of them is basically twitching up. And that might just be perspective. But it doesn't, when you're looking at it, it looks like one's just twitching while he's being shocked by Electro. Electro's costume design is electrifying. I like the before. I like the after. I think that this is great. Maybe a little wordy, but great. I am going to give all of that a shocking 10.
Electro's like, taser go burr. Burr.
And it's time for the lastly, not the leastly. It's Amy.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I mean, I'm sure not Spider-Man's eyes haven't always been exactly like symmetrical in all of the drawings, but this is the first I can think of, or at least the most striking, of them actually being used and shaped slightly to change facial expression. Because it is. He's got the one that's kind of closed up and the one that's a bit more open, like yeah. And it really kind of sells the idea of what he's experiencing more. So I think that's cool. Love the Duckburg money bag, and I love the kind of jaunty walk when Electro is just, well, I'm out of here with my bag of Duckburg money. So I think this is a fun cover. I like it, and we know Spider-Man does okay. So I'll go ahead and give this a 10.
I hope Gizmo Duck helps him later.
Yeah, Gizmo Duck can help him out later.
All right, now it's time to go to the chat. Going from the start.
Hello, chat.
Michael Taylor says this is an amazing 10. Rhaegar has jokes for this cover, but he's going to retrain himself. Ethereal Dragon says 9. Ollie Pong says this has all the marks of greatness. The can't touch this dun 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 vibe from Electro adds a 10. One Slick says 10. A shockingly good cover. Sorry, not Harry. Harry Osborn? No. Henry Jermek says that Spider-Man number 9 is a 10.
There you go. This is what.
The kitchen now has a carpet. Okay. Marania says, amazing Spider-Man number 9. Split cover done effectively. This definitely sells the book. Great details in the rendering overall. This is an Electro 10. Rhaegar says that this is a 10. Very cool. Electrifying cover. Yes, indeed. Yes, this cover, Spider-Man.
Most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
And for one hell of a shocker, Crazy Hungarian says that this is also a 10. And you know what, MK, even though you're after the stop, you're giving it a 10. I'm marking it down. So let's go ahead and 2 of those 8s takes off 2 of those 10s. Oh no. 3 of those 9s takes off 3 of those 10s. But guess what? That means we still have 5 10s left over. So this is absolutely a 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there you go.
Where are you?
Well, I thought they were all 10s this time. I haven't been paying attention. I haven't noticed they're on that 10s.
You haven't been paying attention?
Yeah, attention.
Well, let's face it, that's really
I've
not a
been very
dog.
attentive.
It's time for issue number 10. Wah! And we go to Mr. Breen, if I'm not mistaken.
This is just not a good cover.
What happened, right?
It's like they only had an hour to do it, so there were no backgrounds.
The Charlie Brown cover.
I love
It's
Don't dare insult Charlie Brown like that.
Well, no. Go ahead, Breen.
it was 6.
I was not saying that because the fact that he only has the characters, it has nothing. There's no background whatsoever. Those are like the Charlie Brown or the Peanuts trades.
You're
I
right,
look kind of confused.
but those are good there.
Montana, Dapper Dan, and Ox, and then the big man, right?
Oh, these people have names?
Yes.
It's Fancy Dan.
Sorry,
Oh.
Fancy Dan. Dapper Dan, Fancy Dan.
Montana, Fancy Dan, and the Ox.
Yep. And I think that's the boss man, isn't it? Or what's the game? Not the big boss man. What's his name?
The
That's it.
Enforcer.
Hey,
But the-
Marania, I just want to address.
Big
I
man.
double checked.
Big man,
I
that's
put
what it
I put the right cover up there with Electro. I did. So after that, Trusty.
All right. I mean, I like how Spider-Man is big, and sort of, defining the edge of the cover on this one. I don't have any problem with him, but geez, those guys, the bad guys, it looks more like the Lollipop Guild. They're not threatening at all. And maybe they should go fight Dick Tracy or something. I don't know. I'd give it a 7.
Frog.
I always thought that Fancy Dan was one of the worst characters they ever made. And then I saw Pace Pop Pete, and then I thought for a second. I said, "No, Pace Pop Pete is much more popular."
Yeah, I just It's just generic villains. One of the cowboy. Oh, he's a cowboy. That's great. That's cool. Then the ox is dumb as an ox. And then you got the little guy who thinks he's like James Bond or something. I don't know. Yeah, this, like I said, this is a 7 for me because there's really no effort put into this. Also, do we really need to know why J. Jonah Jameson really hates Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yes, they do. They do. He does explain it.
That probably is the most interesting thing about the cover.
And the fact that it says J. Jonah Jameson. Ah!
Mm-hmm.
That alone should make it a 10. It doesn't.
What? I can't hear anything.
So I'm going to go ahead and say you are all too kind to this cover. I'm going to rate it a 5.
Rager, even if I said Piss Pot Pete, it'd still be cooler than Fancy Dan.
Amy.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean, the costumes kind of look like somebody just hit a randomized feature on like a character generator and said, yeah, this is our characters. Let's pick a different hat. Let's change the color of the suit. And I guess if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but it doesn't seem quite as exciting as, like Electro or like Vulture or Dr. Octopus. It's kind of like they're pointing at each other, so it's kind of like the Spider-Man cover or the Spider-Man scene. That meme. That's kind of cool. But yeah, no. I mean, some kind of a background would have been nice.
A trademark on the Enforcer's name would have been nice too.
Yeah, something kind of interesting, or like where are they, or why are they? I think I'll give this a 5. I'm not offended, but I'm not like it's.
I'm offended for you.
Okay, it's kind of meh. Yeah, not offensively bad, but not meh.
Melissa.
Let's see. I find the blue hat on the guy in the purple suit just looks really, really funny.
Well, that's okay. Hey, if you're like, hey, this dude here, kind of like
it's like
Derpy Doom, like
his mom dressed him.
It's like this is not an average. What was
my mom picked this hat?
Yeah,
well, your mom's
so I'm gonna pick on it. So because his mom wanted to give her son a nice hat for his birthday, I just give it a 6.
Alrighty, going to the chat. Server number 10. Henry Jeremick says Spider-Man number 10.
Yes.
Steve Ditko drew the background characters. Jack Kirby drew Spider-Man.
Oh. And who
That
drew
is
that?
why the web pattern on Spidey's costume is
John
messed
Cena.
John Cena drew the background.
Yeah, actually, John Cena's on the cover.
Where?
You can't see him.
You know why I can't see him? Because Vince Colonna wiped him out.
Yeah, so 6 from Henry Jeremick. Rhaegar says, no, I'm agreeing with Puppeting. It's a 5.
What?
One slick dude says 7. The most bland Spider-Man cover of all. Actually, there's no hyphen there, so it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Crazy Hungarian says 7.
You your poster on?
Michael Taylor says, I agree. Week's covers over 6.
I'm glad you're finally going through second puberty.
Ollie Pong. This looks like Spider-Man's prohibitive love story with the blue hat, the blue suit guy. So it's an 8. If he said, Spidey, I love you, that would make this a 10, yeah.
Yeah.
MK says, I thought that was Mr. Fix-It for a second. Or wherever Hulk's alter ego is. Those guys look like they should be fighting the Shadow and not Spider-Man, so I'll say 7.
That's a short Hulk if you think that's Mr. Fix-It.
He's got a little vest. That's pretty cool, right?
Ethereal.
Well, maybe if he's Hulk, but he's really far away.
Ethereal Sane 5. It's lifeless. It's generic villains. And Miranya says, Amazing Spider-Man number 10. This could have benefited from a dark gray background if there wasn't anything drawn in. Bad guys needed to be more menacing. Even with these flaws, it's an Enforcer's 9. That's the highest ranking this cover's going to get.
You know it must be bad if Maranya doesn't give it a 10.
Right.
That's true. So 2 of those 5. So 9 and 8 are gone. Those 2 of those 5s deals with 2 of those 7s. And then 3 of those 6s. 3 of those 7s. This is a 6.
They may be merciless foes, but that doesn't mean they're strong. So
That's true.
those have no mercy. Yeah, but they
And-
you beat them.
And I just have to point out, Miranya, see? I put the right one there.
Yep.
Don't doubt my skill.
I don't doubt your Skittles one bit.
It's time for Spider-Man number 11.
All right. Oh,
Who started us off last time? Was that Mr. Breen?
Yeah.
So yes, it is Trusty.
All right, I gotta say, thankfully we're back to a little bit better here. I mean, Doc Ock looks a little menacing here, a little flabby, but that's okay. May, she can't be picky. But I like how he's got Spidey on the ropes here. The yellow's a little jarring, but it's okay. It works for me. I'm gonna give this one an 8.
Okay. Froggy.
He looks like a fat nerd at a Comic-Con trying to attack Spider-Man.
It's Lotto Octavius.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get your autograph? Oh, sorry. But her fingers are slipped.
Spider-Man never going to be with MJ.
Or it's a nerdy version of Roy Orbison. I'm so sorry, the way he dressed. Like, he's supposed to be some menacing guy. He just looked like some schlub that just, like, got... You know what he looks like? The grown-up version of the Fat Fury. Sorry, Herbie.
And there's the purple and green again.
Yep.
In the town of Dwacko Octopus. Uncle Octopus. Another spectacular smash hit from the House of Not Ideas.
This is the turning point. See what happens when Spider-Man decides to reveal that he's not Spider-Man. He's Flash Thompson the whole entire time.
What?
Yeah. Yes. I like this. I like the there must be some kind of ship or something like that. Steel corridors. Kind of cool. You got the stairs up there. You got the grate. You got the tile. All the design, it's very riveting behind them, right? Yeah.
Riveting.
I like this. It's probably gonna be a dockside battle, with the octopus. Get it? Dockside. There's probably a Long John Silver's next door. Anyway, it is a 10 because I just love Doc Ock. He just wants to give Spider-Man a hand.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not doing this right. This cover is excellent for many reasons. Mostly because of me, even if I'm not looking at my perfect self, Elton John's revenge. If I wasn't a puppet, I would give you a finger, sir.
I'd give you a leg if I had one.
We have no legs. But don't worry, Doc Ock has like 6 of them. But he also has 6 arms. But this is adding up to 8 limbs.
No.
Trusty, no!
Oh, he's calling a night. Okay.
Oh, okay. Have a good night, Trusty.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
Trusty.
All right.
We're going to call this a 10. Do.
That was the first we've had. Usually we have people in the chat saying we're going to bed. That's the first time a panelist has said they're going to bed.
Just poof. We're gonna head on.
Alrighty, Amy.
I get that this isn't like because Doc Ock gets like a specific kind of costume or that's a Doc Ock costume, and he's not there yet. But this kind of works as just what in the world? It's just a random
I know, right?
pudgy dude going around, and then suddenly he's an octopus monster. It's like, okay, that happened. I think it's a cool cover, and it marks kind of an interesting evolution in this series as a whole. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 10.
Melissa.
I understand your complaints about, Dr. Octopus being kind of sort of a goofy looking character, but this is still fun. I wish I knew. I'm hearing reference. I'd like to understand more about what the relationship between Dr. Octopus and Aunt May were. They
fall in love.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So, I think it's one of the more fun covers I've seen in a little bit. So I think it was 1 out of 10.
Okay. Eric?
Dr. Octopus attacks Spider-Man at some poor person's bomb shelter, apparently.
That's an interesting question. Where are they?
I guess cue Englantine's favorite song, because this
Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, Eric.
This is a 5 at best.
Oh
Nice.
no!
Oh yes.
Okay, can you give me what your top reasons for that are? Is it just the mix of elements, or you don't like the colors, or?
I think it's Doc Ock just looks
To a turkey.
Yeah, he looks like a dork chop.
Okay, so
just-
more. Okay, so more
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah, it's like if you put a Beatles fright wig on Boss Hog. It's just, I don't know. It's just
Wow.
now, it's going to be a totally different story one cover from now, but yeah, this one just doesn't work. It does.
Well, I'm looking
Okay.
forward
No,
to
no.
it.
Scoring at home, that's 2 bad ones in a row.
All right. Spider-Man, according to Henry Jeremick, Spider-Man, number 11, Steve Ditko layout, Kirby redrew Spidey's legs and Doc's feet. It's an awesome cover, so it's a 9. Rhaegar says 8. Hungry Crazy Hungarian says this is a 10. Michael Taylor says this is a 10. One Slick Dude says,
Oh, you're kidding me! Jack
what?
Kirby redrew. Is that true? He redrew the feet on Doc Ock.
I guess on the cover, some of them, yeah.
Oh, that's why they look so good.
There you go.
That's
Not. What did I just do? No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
In the scores?
It's 9. There we go. There's the other 9. Perfect. Too much narration on the cover. Ethereal Dragon says 6. Bad looking Doc Ock. Clashing colors. 2 pages. Ollie Pong says, this is great. Doc Ock has the classic little bangs, but the arm should come from his back. And his face has issues, yeah. So it's a 9. Elton John's Revenge. He's still standing better than he ever did. Rating at 8 right now. Let's move on. Maranya says, amazing Spider-Man, number 11. Yep. Doc Ock has Spidey on the ropes. Real peril hero. Just enough background to set the scene. At the top of the stairs, Aunt May says, oh, Otto, scores a Doc Ock 10.
Do you know what makes this even better?
Hmm?
The clothes are a tiny spider.
We also have Rhaegar saying he's mad at Spider-Man because he got in between him and those gams. Yes. Alrighty, so 1-6 takes out of 10. 1-5 takes out of 10. Okay, 3 of those 8s takes out 3 of those 10s. And this makes this cover a 9.
Cool. It is amazing.
Oh gosh, 2 more pages.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Nobody die.
Nobody there.
Nobody die.
Okay.
Pulling up issue 12.
Issue 12.
Issue 12.
Issue 12. Issue 12.
Alrighty, and that was Trusty. So we stopped top of the order, Mr. the Frog.
Mr. Dayfrog. Yes. Look who's back! Brittany's back.
Again.
Yeah.
She's
Unmasked by Dr. Octopus. The greatest Spider-Man, super spectacular. Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard.
Bagara. Yeah.
Even
He still
Great
looks like a
Blue.
nerd though up the upper left corner. Like he just went to the army surplus store.
Mm-hmm.
Put on a camo jacket, some boots and pants. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna end up going 7 on this though, because the generic background still I just don't like it. I like the cityscapes.
Okay. Sorry. It took this long to get me, J. Jonah Jameson, on a Spider-Man cover.
I know, right? Does that make it
Unacceptable.
an dignity or an automatic 10?
You know,
You know what the greatest thing is that, like, Peter, he didn't believe that Peter was Spider-Man. He figured that the lie that Peter dressed up as
So
Spider-Man to get
great.
photos.
That's interesting.
That's how dumb he is.
well, everybody believes that though. Everybody's like,
So as I said, his reaction when Zips actually has Peter Parker take his mask off and reveal, Jameson should have been furious for all the times he made him look like an idiot.
yeah, but we don't want that happening here in issue 12. Look who's back. I don't like that arrow. I think that's one of my main problems here. But other than that, it's Dr. Octopus. He is actually starting to look correct. He has those glasses, goggles, and he's got that haircut,
The buck teeth.
derpy teeth, yeah, he's holding him out with one of those hands on those spider gams. So we're going to give this a 10. Amy.
This is kind of an unusual collection of elements. Like, I do like some of the character, like the faces and the hands and stuff, like the way this lady and the police officers and Jameson are all rendered. Like, the faces are really done nicely. But the overall layout is strange. And that's some really odd competing elements. Also, when I first looked at that, I thought the Spider-Man mask had a mustache. So that made me laugh.
If ever the word ambivalence could be applied to something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll give it a 7. I think the things about it that work are really exceptional, but it's strange the way the things don't come together.
Melissa.
Let's see. This is probably like the expressions on everyone's face. Peter Parker's like the pathos of that part is impressive. The environment does kind of undercut the strength of the whole cover, but those are good expressions, and it's pretty emotional. I think I'll give it a 7.
Mr. Breen.
So, Melissa, what you're saying is this cover would have been better if it had ambulances? Is that what you were saying?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if I need to.
Cora.
Yeah. Okay, just in case anybody else doesn't. Ambivalence means to have strong opposing feelings, both positive and negative. Okay.
Yes, but ambulances sounds like it.
Oh, it does. It definitely does. Yeah.
I have some ambivalence towards that, but okay. No.
Cora, look at all the Irish policemen.
Oh, that's true.
There's Betty Brandt. And some weird looking guy with the hat.
Hey!
Yeah, who want this hat? Oh, wait, it looks good on you though.
I love this hat.
It's a great hat. I've had it for
It is.
years.
It's
Yes.
well drawn too.
Thank you.
We're going to double my score from issue 11 to a 10 for 12.
Nice.
There you go. Okay. And then we go to the chat. Going to the top.
Go
in
into
case
the
you-
chat pool
And we're
I'm
going to get
rankings.
married. Oh.
Not yet, Doc.
Marry me, May.
No, Otto.
No! Henry Jermek says Spider-Man number 12. It's a good cover. It's a 7. Well, I didn't care for you much anyway. Crazy Hungarian is more like it. A 10, as it should be.
Imagine if
What
Jameson.
did Hungry Krizarian vote?
Hungry Krizarian voted a 10, as it should be.
Yeah, can you imagine? Because at this point, Aunt May and Jameson were kind of around the same age. You imagine if they dated instead?
Excuse you, sir. I am not an ancient beast from the dawn
No,
of
at this
time.
time, nobody was as old as Aunt May.
Great googly moogly says 8.
He might be
iPod
married too.
says it's a 7. It's got a Spidey tickle. Another 7 from Ethereal Dragon and Rhaegar Targaryen. God, so many dragons. The Amazing Spider-Man number 12.
Yes.
Whoa. Spidey Unmasked by Doc Ock. J. Jonah Jameson has heart attack surrounded by Irish cops. Bagora scores an auto 10.
What happened to John Cleese? Go back.
He's fine.
Is that what you hear when I do this voice?
That was talking about the Renaissance fair.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what happened to John Cleese. That would take too long to go into tonight.
I lost my mustache. Michael Taylor says amazing 10. The best Dr. Octopus cover so far, in my opinion. Thank you. I'll be here all night. And night's almost over. One Slick Dude says 8. Doc Ock's shadow is going one direction and Spidey's going the opposite. Hey, there are flaws in you too, sir. MK says, I'll go 10. This is a cool action cover. Doc Oct, is it October? I'm not Dr. October. Is like, yeah, I got Spider-Man's mask. I'm selling this on eBay for better arms. No, I'll go into a Daredevil book for that. Yes, we're going to add that 10.
Also, hello to the great googly moogly. Ashley, what's up? Your father, well, he's backstage, but he's not home.
Yeah.
The camera's been on, so there's a microphone, and he hasn't walked by, thankfully.
The lights are on, but no one's home.
I hope I'm just one of these times I'm gonna know into the corner. He's gonna walk with no pants on, and then I'll add him to the screen.
Okay. So here's the thing. We're not going to 15. I wish I could edit it, Henry Jeremiah, but I think some people need a little thing called sleep. So
we are going through 1 through 12 plus Amazing Fantasy.
2, 3, 4.
And then
5,
we have 1 more.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This makes. Please put up the stop. This one by 1 point is an 8. All right, and now it's time for the last cover of the evening. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1.
Ah, fancy Spider-Man.
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm telling you.
You're making me very, very angry.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
It is the Sinister Six. Hey.
Oh wow.
Woo woo woo.
You know it.
So, and we start with Oh crap! Who just went last?
Um.
Oh, Mr. the Frog. I start this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. This is an annual. It's a big book with a lot of great characters. We didn't get to the Craven cover. That's sad. But you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about this. This is awesome. You have all these epic villains. Mysterio, Craven the Hunter, me, Dr. Otto Octavius, Sandman, and Electro,
Hey!
and the Vulture.
Wait, where's that guy? I just see a guy in those walking suits.
I, Mysterio, am ready to monologue.
Not tonight! This is a 10.
Oh, damn it.
That's how I'm glad he didn't start us off with this cover. We've been here for a while.
Amy, give us a number.
Okay. Quick number 10. This is really great. I like all the different colors they use in the Spider-Man logo, and Doc Ock stole the lizard guy's purple coat, and it just looks like a lot of fun.
He wants it back.
Doc Ock's mad because he wanted to go over a jog, but he got interrupted.
No, I'm currently going to seduce Aunt May. Going to get me some of those scams. Melissa, it's your turn.
Oh, he said
Okay.
yams. Thanksgiving yams. Okay.
Yes, that's what I said.
If you squint, Dr. Octopus kind of looks like the Phantom.
Yes, he does.
Um,
And Craven the Hunter's got dirty face.
yeah. The different color Spider-Man letters for the coloring for the Spider-Man title. It gives me kind of sort of a Toys R Us energy.
Oh yeah,
It's
just fun.
The busts are fun. I think that's probably one of the more kind of flexible, more nimble poses I think I've seen. Spider-Man take. Characters. I think I'll give it a 9.
A 9.
It's funny you bring that up because I think that same color scheme was used for the Nat brand Ek, that Boza clone in X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's what the book we read in here. So.
Okay. Mr. Breen.
Did I, Mysterio, mention that I am ready to monologue
Yeah.
about
Do that.
this cover?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about it, Mysterio?
Well, Puppety won't let me.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I am. This is 10. I love this cover. I never noticed it. Craven looks like Ernie Kovacs, and
Yeah.
it's for anybody that's old enough to remember Ernie Kovacs, considering he was dead before anybody here had been born, including Maranya and myself. But yeah, this is a really neat cover. I love all the different colors on the letters.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. I mean, I miss a lot of the books I used to have, but I really do miss having this one because this was fun.
Can't blame you. Mr. the Frog.
You know, this actually was Zach's favorite title because he read it as Spider-Man versus the SS. Jam-packed with SS features.
Gee, who is he rooting for? Look, it's not our fault. If he were here, we'd do it anyway.
I hate that joke at 10.
Quiet, Elmo.
Mr. the Frog.
Is he gonna be all right? Are we gonna be all right?
You okay there, Puppy?
Yeah, okay.
He thinks jokes about Nazis are funny. Apparently, he's insensitive.
It's late.
It's too late now. Yes, dude is dying. Says Ashley. Until the Joker is confirmed, yes. Yes, so I am giving this a 10. The best SX action you'll ever get in the Spider-Man. But going back to Craven, his jaw is like Guy Smiley from the Muppets. It's
Right?
huge. It's too wide. he makes Jim Carrey to the right of him look small.
Looks a little bit like
Built like a refrigerator.
And if you stare closely long enough at the Sandman, that's Eric Brain.
All right. One slick dude going to the chat now says that this is a 10 to finish the night. Marania says amazing Spider-Man annual #1. All the villains ganging up on a poor Spidey. Lots of action and detail. Who wins? Buy the book to find out. Scores a sinister 10.
I think it's probably Spider-Man.
Yes. Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool cover. I always like the multicolored titles. Henry Jeremick says Spider-Man. Annual 1 is an 11. So we're going to round down to a 10. This is an awesome book. There are a ton of great splash pages in this book. Still have this one. So much jankiness. The true Spider-Man. Perfection. It's a 10. In cases, 10 for sure. Spidey just hanging out and all the baddies are waiting for him. Plus Sandman looking like T-1000 over there with his arms.
I'm sorry. When I'm supposed to say baddies, I think of Jade Cargill now. The
Great googly moogly. Thank you for being concerned for my health. Also gives us a 10. Rhaegar says 9. Well, every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you. Rhaegar and Ethereal Dragon. And Crazy Hungarian says 10. Listen, those 3 9s aren't doing anything except summoning Zach. Just like this cover. This is a 10.
Colors.
3 9s. You know, there's a 3 6s upside down. How dare you say that this is on Zach?
Alrighty. So, here's where we're at. Number 6 is absolutely Enforcers. Huh?
Hold on. I got a down here. And then it's okay. So what we're gonna do here, like we always do at the end here, we're gonna go for the 8s.
Ranks. Yes. So we're going with the 8s first. 8s.
Have a good night, Lensek.
We have Doom. We have Lizzo. We have teens. Because it's a tribute to the teenagers. And then
Living Brain is actually is.
Doc Unmasked.
Revenge of
Okay, so everybody is going to go ahead, starting from the top, Mr. the Frog. Give us your 8s. What is the best and what is the worst?
My crazy 8s. Oh man, here. I'm gonna go the best being Doc Ock. And the worst being the kids.
The teenagers. The worst. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to say Doc Ock is the best as well. I'm going to say... No, I'm going to agree. Teenagers is the worst. Amy, favorite, least favorite?
My favorite is Derpy Doom, and my least favorite is Lizard Man.
That's fair. Melissa?
I think I'll also go Derpy Doom and Lizard Man.
Okay. Mr. Breen.
The best is Doc Ock. The worst is Doc Derp.
So wait, so you gonna read him? You gonna read him as Derpy Dog then? For when we do the next.
Well, it would be better if Trusty were here. But
That makes me sad.
Henry Jeremick is saying that Lizzo is best, Doc Ock is worst. Okay. Ethereal Dragon says Doc Ock is best. Lizzo is worse.
Sweating on Moran, you know.
Look, if
Michael
that were
Taylor.
actually Lizzo, she'd be at the bottom of that cover and wouldn't even be anywhere in there. She'd be at the bottom of the silo.
Wait, no. Should be plugging the top.
Not being able to get
Okay.
in.
Michael Taylor, Doc
Push!
Ock, Doom worst.
Moran, did you lose it?
Maranya, can you hear me?
Do you want to build a snow frog?
It doesn't have,
Doesn't have to be a snow frog. Go away, Amy.
Hey, Puppetine,
Yeah.
do you want to build a snow frog?
No. Great Googly Moogly says Doc Doom is the best. Doc Ock is the worst. Wow. So Ollie Pong, I'm guessing you mean Doc Ock is the best. And Lizzo is the worst. Okay.
Otherwise, correct this soon.
Yes, please correct us. Go ahead.
There's Maranya. I think she's going to
There
type
it
in a
is.
paragraph.
8, best Lizzo, worst teenagers. Okay. So no matter what, teenagers is the worst. It has 3 down votes and no up votes. Okay. So 2 of these down votes take out 2 of these up votes. Doc Doom has 1 up vote. Lizzo has 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2 down votes. Doc Unmasked has 2 down votes. But that means that Dr. Octopus still has the most amount of upvotes. Has 4 upvotes. Teenagers has 2 down votes. Lizzo has 2 down votes. And then Doom has 1 upvote. Because I'm pretty much knocking him out. So that means that Doom is going to be second.
Yay.
Doom is second to none.
Doom is second. Doom is second to none. What are you talking about? Teenagers is the worst. Lizzo is going in this place. Okay. So this means we are going to the 9s, which is Sandman.
Waiting for MK to show up. Wait, no, it's the other way.
That would suck. Vulture 2. Volt 2. And then Doc Ock 2. Doc 2. Okay. So for the 9s, best to worst, Froggy.
The best. All right.
Let me see if I can make this bigger.
Never mind.
I know. I'm not saying anything. All right. The best of the 9s is the Sandman.
Okay.
The worst is Vulture.
I'm going to say the worst is Sandman. The best is Doc 2.
They're gonna say the best is Vulture.
Amy.
My favorite, I think, is the Dog Octopus.
Okay.
And I think probably my least favorite, maybe the Sandman. It's good sequential art, but it doesn't look like so much like a cover to me. But it is neat.
Fair. Melissa.
My favorite is Vulture's Return. My least favorite would be Sandman. Thank you.
Least favorite is Sandman.
You'll never have any more dreams now because you guys hate Sandman.
Mr. Okay, hearing from the Sandman himself. Mr. Breen.
Well, of course, the best is me.
Okay.
But if I were ranking these out, second would be the vulture. Third would be the thing that says 9 awesome. Fourth would be the blank space next to Dr. Octopus, who would come in fifth.
Okay, so Sandman is the best, and Doctor Octopus is the worst.
That's what I said.
Yes. And now we go to the chat. Ollie Pong says Doc Ock is greater than Jeffrey Bezos. Doc Ock
Oh,
is greater
maybe.
than- but the worst one is Sandman.
He's actually was running it in mirror mode, so it's actually Sandman's greater than Jeff Bezos and Doc Ock.
So no, I
Does
don't
look like
think
Jeff
so.
Bezos before he got jacked.
Yeah.
Ollie Pong, if I got it wrong, please tell me.
I-
Ethereal Dragon is saying Vulture 2 is best. Worst is Doc Ock. Great Googly Moogly says Dr. Octopus is the best. You know what's the worst for Great Googly Moogly? Vulture. Henry Jermek says the nines. Doc Ock is the best. And the Vulture is the worst. The Vulture is the worst. Piranha says 9. Derpy Doc is best. Worst is the panel cover. So that you didn't want to say Sandman. You're trying to avoid. I know the 10s are going to be insane here, Jeremiah. Michael Taylor says Sandman best. Dun, 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 dun. Doc Ock worst.
Fella knows
MK.
the score.
MK. Wow.
You know, I can't believe everybody hates the Sandman.
Where's the Sandman?
It's hard not to take personally.
I'm sorry. I'm not wrong. Thank you, Ollie Pong. I'm not wrong.
Hating the
Thank you, Ollie
Sandman's like
Pong.
hating the Thing.
Ever loving blue-eyed. Okay, so those take out each other. This takes out one of these.
One of these
And-
things isn't like the other. Yeah, you know what I just realized? Spider-Man's fighting a lot of green shirts.
Yes, he does.
Everyone he fights wears green.
Vulture has okay. Vulture, everybody's torn on. Doc Ock, let's see. Down takes out an up. Up takes out a down. Up takes out a down. So what we're left with is 3 up votes for Dr. Octopus. No votes for Vulture because everything knocked each other out. And Sandman has 3 down votes. So Sandman is marked as the worst. I'm sorry, Breen. And Dr.
You know,
Octopus is the best.
everybody voted, you know, that Kamal was the greatest. I don't agree with it, but
Okay. And this is where it gets complicated. 10s. So we'll go Amazing Fantasy. Am a fan. We're going to go Spidey 1. Spidey 1. Spidey. I know. Spidey 1.
I love you too.
Vulture. Vulture. We have Doc Ock, the first. Doc Ock. We have Electro.
Duckburg money.
And we have
The SS.
Spidey and Spidey
Spidey Ann sounds amazing.
and friends.
Spidey Ann. Yeah, Spidey and friends. We'll go with that. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
Spidey Ann would need to have big red pigtails.
Okay, top of the order, Mr. the Frog. What's the best? What's
This is
the worst?
horrible because I got 2 I love the most up there, and the rest are like can go anywhere else. So I am going to say that the worst is, man, Doc Ock.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
And he just looks like an old man.
The best? Well, I mean, you can't see his face really, but okay.
The best, Amazing Fantasy. He's either that or Amazing Spider number 1, but I go with Fantasy instead.
Okay. I am going to.
I know.
Okay, I love the Spidey Annual, but out of all of these, I think that it is the weakest. It has a lot more issues. We love it because it is a great cover. It's exciting, has all these villains, but I don't think it's the best one there. I really don't. I'm going to go best for. I have to do Spidey number 1.
Brain, we almost did a whole entire cover ranking, and then Jack just shows up in the last 5 minutes.
Okay. Amy.
Okay, by Spider-Man number 1, do you mean Fantastic Four Spider-Man or Fantasy Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Fantasy is on the left. And then Amazing Spider number 1 is the Fantasy 4.
Okay, so Fantastic Four is Spider-Man 1, but Spider-Man's first is the Fantasy one.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Fantasy number 15.
All right. I think I know it's got problems, but that Fantasy Spider-Man is just a really great cover. I mean, I don't think I could say that any of them I like more. It's a really cool cover, so I like that one.
That's fine.
My least favorite. I mean, they're all great. I gave all of them 10s. And they all deserved it. I don't know. Maybe the Fantastic Four one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. No,
I mean,
that's
they're all
more.
great. Though. There's no bad.
I
covers.
understand. This is a 10. They're all 10s.
All 10s.
Everyone's a 10. You get a
That's
10.
right. Melissa.
My favorite is Amazing Fantasy number 1. The least favorite, okay.
I know, right? I still think Derpy Spider-Man going, "Oh no!" with a handful of feathers in his feet is funny.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be the Electro one.
Least favorite is Electro. Okay.
Yeah.
Right after Amy says, "I still like it." No, I'm kidding. Eric Breen.
The best is Amazing Fantasy 15,
Yep.
and the least best is Electro.
Okay. Now we turn to the chat. Alrighty.
Turn.
The third movie is about.
Amazing Fantasy is the best for Maranya. The worst for her is Electro.
Electro.
Ethereal Dragon says FF is the best. Worst is Shadow Doc Ock. Oh, that's it. Okay. Amazing Fantasy
Wouldn't
best.
that be called Shadok?
Crazy Hungarian says Amazing Fantasy is the best, and Electro, he's the worst. Jackson Roy Kirk,
I like that.
man, okay, just throw in a positive vote. I need a negative vote too, man. The 10s, Henry Jeremek says Spider-Man number 1 versus the Fantastic Four is the best. Amazing Fantasy is the worst? Oh my god. What? Excuse me? Okay. Ollie Pong says that the best is the This,
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Then it's
Yeah,
worse.
well-
It's worse when you have to be Fantastic Four one.
Wow, that's surprising. I'm not holding it against you, but I am surprised. Best Spidey versus his Rogue Gallery. So you mean the Spidey Annual? Okay. Worst is fighting Vulture up in the sky. Is that the first negative Vulture's had tonight? I think so. I mean, not overall, but did I get Maranya? Yes.
Mariah.
Michael Taylor, have to go. Amazing Fantasy best. Which one's worst? Electro worst. But I like them all, of course.
Have a good night, little Rhaegar.
Worst. One rip on the annual. Thank you, Jackson Roy Kirk. Okay. All right. This is where it gets complicated, kids.
Yeah.
Okay. One Amazing Fantasy takes out one positive, takes out one negative. Okay. One negative. Takes out that, so it's left with one positive. Doc on. Electro, 2 down. Amazing Annual is negative, positive. Okay. So here is what we're left with. This is very hard. Amazing Fantasy is definitely the best. Like it has the most positives. Let's go. Spidey Annual number 1. It went ahead. Or sorry, Spidey number 1 went ahead and knocked out to 1 positive vote. Vulture has 1 negative. Sorry, the annual has. It's knocked itself out. It's perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Vulture has 1 negative, Doc Ock has 2, and Electro has 5. So, this, kids, is our ranking. Spidey versus the Enforcers is the worst of the night at 6. Dun, 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 dun.
15, right?
Huh?
14.
14? Yeah, I gave you 14, yeah.
Yeah. So it is the 14th cover. It's number 10. It's the worst. Tribute to the Teenagers, number 8. It
13?
is. Yes, it's 13. The Lizard is 12. Doctor Doom is 11. Unmasked Octopus is 10. 9 is the Sandman. 8 is the Vulture's Return. 7 is Dr. Octopus's Return.
There you go.
And then we have 6 for Electro. 5 for the first appearance of Octopus. 4 for the first appearance of Vulture. 3 for the Spider-Man Annual number 1. Second place for Spidey number 1. And then in the top place is Amazing Fantasy.
I still say that one over at number 9 with the Doc Ock on there. Hold me closer, tiny spider.
Hold me closer, tiny spider. But that is it, kids. We went ahead and this is hard.
I know.
Also, if Spider-Man was unmasked and he's fighting against them, that's you're beating up a minor.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you do that. You are terrible.
Congratulations, you're hurting a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've also been defeated by a kid multiple times.
There's no winning in this situation, and I don't think his aunt will take too kindly to that.
No.
Yes, you are not one with the winning.
You better watch out. She's got a gun. And those gams. But that is it for us tonight. Make sure to leave comments down below on how you feel about the rankings and leave a vote. I hope I remember to send the results to Englentine of the exact numbers. But we've had a great time. We hope you did too. I'm sorry. We had an amazing time.
That's
and
right.
We'll see you over on the Geeky Puppet Show and here on I Love Comics.
Remember, stop by tomorrow morning around 9 Eastern over at Geeky Puppet Show. We'll have some more Scooby-Doo.
That's right.
And a Batman and Robin Adventures. Episode 2.
But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and good luck to everyone except Spider-Man!
Yes.
And remember, only you can start forest fires.
Why do you do this every time?
Run.
It's on our channel. We can burn everything down.
This isn't our channel!
Well,
Burn it
if we were
down!
going by early Spider-Man's, only you can start Forest Hills fires.
Good night now.
Later, guys. And thank you for watching, Ollie Pong. It was nice meeting you as well.
Yes.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.